20th of April, 2026. We do have a public hearing regarding a minor subdivision. Juan, could you lead us in the pledge, please? All rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Patrick Halpin.
Present.
Julianne Nolan.
Present.
Gerald O'Neill.
Present.
Ed Wynn.
Present.
Juan Leon.
Present.
Dan Trushin.
Present.
Frank Santos. Greg Gaxiola. Matt Esposito. Rich Casey.
Okay, we have a quorum?
Yes.
Okay. Before we start the public hearing, I will read the statement into the record. The planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. Okay.
Item A, public hearing, minor subdivision, job HPLN-77, 25-49B, MR Property Builders, LLC.
Okay. Could you please state your name and address for the record?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bizzell, Blanda, and Visconti with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
Okay. Before you begin your presentation, the Planning Commissioner, Denise Graziano, did issue a memorandum dated April 16th regarding this application. Does your client, have you reviewed this with your client, and does your client have any issues regarding any of the conditions for lots 1 and 2 and covenant restrictions for lots 1 and 2?
No issues with the covenants and restrictions.
Okay, please proceed.
I'm here tonight on behalf of the property owner in connection with seeking approval for a two-lot subdivision to maintain an existing dwelling that fronts on Williams Avenue and a new house on Campbell. It's located on the southeast corner of Williams Avenue and Campbell Street. It maintains 105 feet of frontage on Williams and 125 feet of frontage on Campbell Street. It does have an overall lot area of 13,055 square feet, and it's zone residence B. The property line does like a weird curve as you go from north to south, so we did the best we could with the actual, you could see it on the aerial there. It's very strange. I'm sure the board doesn't normally see a lot line that looks like that. So basically, with the two tax lots that are involved, we are trying to reconfigure these lots into, from 1 into 2. And we did obtain our variance relief that we needed back in August of 2025. So I'll just walk the board through the proposal. Lot 1 would maintain the existing dwelling, again, that fronts on Williams Avenue. We needed a few variances for that when we diminished the frontage on Campbell from 80 feet to 62.5, since the home has two frontages. We also got a variance to diminish the lot area from 10,000 square feet to 6,799 square feet. The front yard setback on Williams was an existing condition. The house was built approximately 1904, and so that was the front yard setback for over 120 years. And then we also got a rear yard setback and an east side yard setback variance as well. The existing dwelling on Lot 1, as you can see, has a huge west side yard, so visually to someone driving by, the lot will look wide, and it has a nice large grass area for the future homeowner, and I'm told that it's an active duty member who's in contract now to purchase this house. Proposed Lot 2 will front on Campbell Street and required a variance to reduce it from 80 feet to 62.5 feet. And that was also a lot area variance from 10,000 square feet to 6,256 square feet, as well as a rear yard setback. We complied with everything else. There were no other setback variances, no building area variance. And for the new house, it would be a 2-story, 4-bedroom home with an internal garage and 2.5 baths. And of course, they agreed to owner-occupied, single-family dwellings, no accessory apartments. When we look at the surrounding area, immediately to the south, there was a 50-footer. Diagonally to the southwest, there's a 50-footer. And then to the west, down Williams Avenue, heading towards that dead end, there's some 50 by 125s. So clearly, we felt that the sized parcel fit in with the character of the area. But we reconfigured it so that one house faced Williams and one house faced Campbell. The only issue that has come up recently with this project was the applicant did meet with the highway department and did obtain highway sheets that said only curbing was required for the new home. And then he learned that there is a request for sidewalks and curbing for the existing home and the new home as well. So there is a little bit of confusion, at least on our part, between what's going on with the departments, because highway seems to be requiring only curbing for the new lot. I have those highway sheets with me, as opposed to some comments that are in the departmental comments asking for curbing and sidewalk throughout. So the applicant would ask this board if they would consider going along with Highway's recommendation on this, which was only for the curbing on the new lot. Again, I have those highway sheets that I can submit. They are on the portal as well, so you do have them electronically. We submitted them with our last revision. And I'm also going to submit just an estimate of what the cost, just so the board has for its own knowledge, whether it's on this application or a future one, to put curbing and sidewalk 230 feet in length, because you're going around the whole thing. It is an extra around $33,000 it adds to the job, which eventually does get, you would think, passed on to a future homeowner. So I think it is something for the board to consider. So I don't know if you need the hard copy of this, Matt, since it's in the portal. I will submit the estimate. And I do have a couple of photos. I know it is a mixed area in terms of what's there and what's not, but I do have some photos showing across the street, no curbing and no sidewalks, and then a partial of the street with just curbing. So again, I do think it's something that we would respectfully request the board consider. Otherwise, for this one, unless the board has any questions, that would be my presentation.
I have a question. I'm just looking at this aerial photo, just so I'm clear on this. Across the street, there appears to be sidewalk, is that correct?
Across Williams, yes.
Across Williams?
Yes.
And then the house adjacent to the existing house has sidewalks and everything just looking at that. So
As you head
that
east.
sidewalk stops at the property line of the existing house? Is that what I'm
Yes,
seeing here? I'm just looking at the shadow. Okay, there we go.
yes.
Okay. All right, that even makes it more interesting.
And then as you head in the other direction, it becomes different, across, right? So you could see there across there, it's just curbing, no sidewalks. And then as you continue down, so it definitely is a mixed area. One side of the street has it, one side doesn't. So again, Highway was requiring curbing for that new lot where you see it vacant. They were not requesting sidewalks, and they were not requesting specifically curbing for the existing lot.
Oh, so they're requesting, just so I'm clear, they're not requesting sidewalks, just
Correct.
curbing.
Correct. According to their sheets, they did not check off sidewalks.
Curbing would be nice in front of that house.
It's also expensive.
Be
I'm
careful
told.
what you ask for. All right, Frank?
Just to clarify that also, so it's 230 feet around?
Around the,
Both sides?
yes, as you go, yes, the frontages.
And the cost that you mentioned includes the curb and sidewalk, or just the sidewalk?
It was the curb and the sidewalk.
Is the curb and sidewalk?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Are there any other questions? Come on, Mark. No questions? You don't have kids that walk on a sidewalk? You'd like, okay, just asking. All right, anybody else have any questions regarding this application? No? Okay. Thank you very much. Is there
Yes.
anyone from the public here that would like to address the board regarding this application? No? All right, since there's no one here from the public regarding this application, I'm going to request a motion to close the hearing and reserve decision. So we'll have a motion by Juan.
Motion to close the
by
hearing?
Frank. All in favor? The hearing is now closed. The decision has been reserved in order for us to review the feedback, any information that's come up as we've reviewed this site plan. The record will remain open for written comments. For anyone to follow up on the status of the application or to submit written comments, additional written comments, if you can contact the planning department in a number of different ways in person. Planning is located on the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents, plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. or by phone, 631-957-3103, or via email, planningcomments@townofbabylonny.gov. Thank you very much.
Public hearing number 2, job HPLN-49, 25-51B, 44 Sawyer Avenue Court. Proposes to subdivide a 15,000 square foot lot into two 7,500 square foot lots in order to construct a new two-story single-family dwelling on Lot 1 and legally maintain the existing two-story single-family dwelling on Lot 2.
Again, Mr. Chairman, Nicole Blanda, Bazell Blanda Visconti, 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
Okay, I want to ask again about the memo dated for this particular proposal, April 16th, 2026, from the Planning Commission. Does your client have any concerns regarding any of the restrictive covenants for Lot 1 or any of the restrictive covenants for Lot 2 or for any of the other conditions for both lots 1 and 2?
So on this one, Mr. Chairman, there is an issue with covenant number 9 on Lot 1, the no basement permitted for the new home. And I will explain why. It was an oversight on the applicant's part. Originally, when we filed with ZBA, the house plans included only a crawl space. For Lot 1, it did not require any variances. So when we appeared before the ZBA, we made the case for Lot 2. Only Lot 2 required variances. That has an existing house. Lot 1 is a new house. The existing house has a basement. So do many other homes in the area, and I have photos of those, and I uploaded some exhibits to the portal. But in any event, we were told that we would need to submit new house plans showing the separation, 3 feet between top of slab of basement and where we would hit groundwater. And we are able to demonstrate that we would comply. It's on the portal. It has to be officially reviewed by the town DEC. But there's no outside cellar entrance being proposed, no variance is being generated. It's an unfinished basement. So it does appear to be quite arbitrary to just say that the new house shouldn't have a basement when no real reason has been provided. And we do feel that we would be able to comply with whatever town code requirements there are in order to have the basement. Again, the applicant just had plans and didn't realize his architect wrote crawl space instead of unfinished basement on the new home. So that's the issue with number 9. But otherwise, I'm here on a 2-lot subdivision. It's on the south side of Sawyer Avenue. It's 100 feet west of Norton Avenue in West Babylon. It has a lot area of 15,000 square feet, which makes it great for the residency zone because we can have 2 conforming lots in terms of frontage and area. So we have 75 feet for each lot and 7,500 square feet for each lot, which is compliant with zoning. It's presently improved with an existing dwelling, as you can see there on the aerial, which was built prior to code, as well as a detached garage that recently obtained a new CO. There are some existing walkways that are going to be cut back because the applicant was asked by the zoning board to meet the building area requirement for the existing home, and we are doing so. Currently, the existing home has a rental permit. However, we are agreeing to have this home become owner-occupied. So once everything's approved and the house is sold, it will be owner-occupied, single family. Again, the intention is to sell both homes. So the existing structures on Lot 2 is what generated the variances that we needed. The variances were in connection with existing conditions. such as setbacks for both the home and the accessory garage. We're seeking to maintain that front yard setback, which is an existing condition of 23.4. We were granted that variance. We also were granted a rear yard variance to have a 28-foot rather than 30-foot. And again, the east side lot line for the detached garage.
Just as public order.
As far as the new home, there were no variances requested for that parcel. So again, the floor plans were filed with a crawl space. We're seeking to have a full basement. We'll go back to the ZBA if we have to. There is a question about whether or not we need to go back and amend something with them. It's just technically they didn't issue a decision on that lot, so I'm working out that administratively. But whatever we need to do, we'll do. I don't see ultimately an issue with having a basement here on this site. And again, no outside entrance would be proposed. The existing house has a basement. We did take photos of other homes on Sawyer on this block that actually have basements. I did upload the photos to the portal. I don't know if you have them, then that's great. If the board wants to look now, I can give them to you. I know you guys don't want hard copies, but, okay. And then for the town DEC's purposes, I did also upload, and we could upload again with an actual update. We uploaded the detail showing the groundwater separation. But again, I understand that the town DEC has to review that. Other than that, as you can see from the color rendering, it's an attractive home. It's been designed to have all the usual amenities for a new family to move in. And of course, it would be single-family, owner-occupied, no accessory apartments.
Do any of the board members have any questions regarding this application? Questions? Dan?
So the revised plans that you submitted will show the top of the basement slab of 3 feet above the water, correct?
Yes.
And upon the reveal, you don't have any objections to going back to the ZBA for the basement approval variance?
If that's what we need to do, we'll do it, yeah.
I just wanted that on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I have a question for council. Is that required? To go back to the ZBA, or is that?
I don't know what dimensions are changing with the addition of the basement, but I don't want to make that decision for the zoning board.
Good answer, council. Matt, is that required? What's the, let me just back up. Let's say they had the basement in the original plans. Would the zoning board have required some kind of a variance?
May not require a variance, because the zoning board, just like the planning board, approves an application based off the plans submitted, so that's why it may go back to the board, pending whether or not they require variances. That's something the planning department will look at.
Okay, so you'll look at that when you get the plans.
Yeah, it still might be worth just a correspondence to the board. Again, the board's reviewing the site plan based off what was submitted, so.
Yes, to clarify, I wasn't told I needed another hearing, but definitely correspondence so that the board could recall it and perhaps amend based on the amended plans.
Okay, all right. I just have one question about our new portal. How come those things that were sent to you via the new portal aren't accessible for us to look at on?
Depends what time they were uploaded. I went on this morning because I'm so well prepared, Mr. Chairman, at 9 a.m. and downloaded all the exhibits for this evening, so.
So is this this came in
It did
the
not come in the afternoon, however, it did come in after 9 a.m. this morning. Yes, but it was not this afternoon.
That's why she's such a good attorney.
And there's a timestamp on the portal, so.
This is very,
I had access to the portal, I can't pull them up.
It was probably before lunch, maybe between 10 and 11.
hold on. I'm just curious because otherwise, as you mentioned, representatives for the applicant would typically have those in hard copy. And of course, the whole purpose of this.
I did. I gave them to you. Yeah.
So why doesn't the board have access to the electronic copy?
I can pull them up, I just don't, I'd have to turn off the projectors.
All right. We're not going to go there. This is a new software that's being used, so we're all learning as we get more experienced with it.
A double download morning and afternoon.
Oh, really? You told me this is going to cut down on your workload. You'll be able to do more quality work than just pushing papers. But you're not pushing papers, you're just putting up an exhibit that was sent to you by the client's attorney. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we got the picture. Anybody have any questions in all seriousness? No? Okay, thank you. All right, is there anyone here who would like to address the board regarding this application? No? All right, since there is no one here who would like to address the board regarding this particular application, I'm going to request a motion to close the hearing and to reserve decision. Let's see, motion by Ed,
Motion to close and reserve?
a second by Jerry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The public hearing has now been closed. The decision, though, is reserved in order for us to review any feedback that may come or regarding any open site plan issues. The record will remain open for written comments. For anyone to follow up on the status of the application or to submit additional written comments, you can contact the planning department a number of different ways. In person, planning is located in the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents, plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. or by phone, 631-957-3103, or by email planningcomments@townofbabylonny.gov.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
good night.
Thank you. All right.
What's happening?
They're just here. They want to, I don't know. It's okay.
Now he's got more work. Give him that more work.
No,
You have to end.
you get to see how these things work. Pardon me?
You have to end this meeting.
Yeah, okay. So Matt, that concludes the public portion of our hearing. Okay, so that will conclude our broadcast of the public hearing.